Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a walkthrough slash tutorial of a beat that I recently made, well not recently, but a beat that I made called Discovery. I made this one in the style of J. Louis. I was inspired by his track called Soul Child, which is a really good track. I advise checking it out. But I'm going to go ahead and get started because I want to keep this under 15 minutes, and this, as you can see, is a big file. So first thing I did was start off with a sample. Of course, I went sample searching and I found the song called You Got It Bad by Usher, which is again is a really good song. I pitched certain portions of it up to 1200. So here's what that sounds like. You get the got the chipmunk effect to it. So after that, I added keys to it, which were I used the same chords from the original song, same chord progression. And this sound I found from this a random electric piano from or for Contact, which it was free. So okay, and then under that I had a pad playing, which is playing the same chords. Okay, and then after that I had these perk hits with a open hi-hat and a delayed perk with some reverb too. Okay, and then I have this bass which I got from Massive. It's called Downtown. I'll show you in a minute. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, Downtown. Oh, and the pad, it's called Sad Pad. Okay, and following that, I had this vocal, which I found in one of my drum kits. I didn't change the pitch or anything to it. It already sounded like this and it worked, so I figured, hey, just add some reverb and delay to it. And it sounds so familiar. I don't know what song it was chopped from. But anyway, next the hi-hats. Okay, and then these claps. And finally, this perk, which sounds like a bongo. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the intro. I have this Rise Effect too, which I'm sure you've heard. I think using a lot of trap music now, but and a chime too as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and play you the intro before I get into the drop. Okay, and on to my favorite portion of the song, which is the drop. To start off, I of course used a hi-hat loop. I used a different one this time called Megatron Hat Loop, and I of course retimed it so that it would fit the song. Sounds like this. And I also put a phaser and reverb on it. That's why it sounds so back and forth. Okay. And then I have a crash, some snare hits, which I wanted to go crazy with it, as it sounds so back and forth. Yep, and a good bit of panning on it too. Have some more variations of this. Okay. Oh, excuse me. And then I have sound design. I made this in silence, which is just saw chord stabbed, or stab hit. That more EDM, hip hop kind of vibe. Would you call this, consider this Soulection? I'm not sure. Okay, and that's last but not least, the craziness, which I consider the heart of the beat. I put the hi-hats, 808, open hi-hat, snare, kick, and perk all on one pattern for this. And going into it, I wanted to go crazy with the 808, so that's why you'll hear it being panned, like with these 3 notes. And then you'll hear the hi-hats, going up and down as well, and being panned from left and right. So, here you go. I know a lot of people ask me about my 808s and kicks. Trust me, I don't do a lot. I just EQ it a little bit, and then I go from there, add a little bit of blood drive and wave shaper for some distortion. But other than that, I keep it pretty simple. So, moving on. Here I added a higher slide of notes to it, 808. Last but not least, okay. And then after one pattern that, I just brought the sample back in and the vocal back in. Let's see, and the claps back in too. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and play that portion of the song for you before the EDM style hook. And I also added a reverse crash. But onto the EDM style hook, I just changed up the drum pattern here, and I added some live hi-hats as well. And put the other hi-hats back in. And I also added these strings, which I'm sure you've heard before as well, the cardiac strings. Okay. And let's see, I took out the 808 and put the bass back in. And again, just nitpicking, putting things in, putting things out. And I added this snare roll as well, which I panned it. Okay, so that'll lead into the next drop, and it has the crash on top of that. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and play it from the drop to the EDM. Sorry, bounce around. Okay, and then it goes into the second drop, which is, again, I just changed up the 808 pattern. It did the same thing. It went into another EDM hook, and then lastly, I added, I didn't add, but I just slowed down the tempo. And what I did was highlight this section of the song and then right click the tempo and hit create automation clip. And that way, you can see here, I have it automated down. I forgot what the tempo was. You will see in a minute. But I did that just to, keep it different, I suppose. And that's pretty much it. So I'll let it ride out from the second EDM hook to the outro. It sounded really good once I put the keys back in it. And there you guys have it. So if you have any further questions, just again let me know, and I'll be sure to answer them for you. But for now, you all have a good one again and stay blessed. Thank you.